The most fearless philosopher in history, lessons from Diogenes. Welcome to a journey through the outrageous, inspiring, and deeply thought-provoking life of Diogenes of Sinope. This isn't just a story of a philosopher, it's a rebellion against fear, greed, and societal hypocrisy. Get ready to uncover lessons that are as bold as they are timeless. Who was Diogenes of Sinope? Diogenes of Sinope, a philosopher from ancient Greece, was one of the founders of Cynicism, a school of thought that rejected conventional desires for wealth, power, and fame. He believed in living a simple life in accordance with nature and embraced poverty as a virtue. His teachings and antics challenged societal norms and exposed the pretensions of the powerful and the learned. Let's explore the life and lessons of the man who turned philosophy into a way of life so bold, it continues to inspire us over 2 millennia later. The rebel philosopher. When Diogenes was caught committing an act as outrageous as public masturbation, his response wasn't shame or apology. Instead, he quipped, "I wish it were as easy to rid myself of hunger by rubbing my belly." Shocking? Yes. But it was his way of exposing the absurdity of societal taboos and focusing on human necessities. This wasn't an isolated incident. Diogenes frequently used shock value to provoke thought. He wasn't concerned with what others thought of him but with forcing people to question their own hypocrisies. Lesson 1. Don't let societal norms dictate your life. Focus on what truly matters and live authentically. The dog philosopher. Once, a man insulted him by calling him a dog. Diogenes' response? He urinated on the man's leg and said, "If I'm a dog, why are you surprised?" To Diogenes, being called a dog was not an insult. Dogs, after all, live simply and authentically, free from the greed and pretensions of humans. Diogenes even embraced the title, cynic, derived from the Greek word, kainos, meaning dog. To him, it symbolized living honestly, without shame or unnecessary desires. Lesson 2, don't give power to insults. Own who you are, and don't let others define you. Exile and opportunity. When the people of Sinope sentenced him to exile for defacing currency, Diogenes' reply was pure defiance, "And I condemn you to remain in this city." Rather than view exile as a punishment, Diogenes saw it as an opportunity to explore and grow. He moved to Athens, where he found a bigger stage for his philosophy. He lived in a large ceramic jar, often mistaken for a barrel, and taught people by example, proving that material possessions were unnecessary for happiness. Lesson 3, turn adversity into opportunity. Sometimes, freedom lies in the challenges others impose on you. The slave who became a master. In one of the most extraordinary episodes of his life, Diogenes was captured by pirates and sold as a slave. When the auctioneer asked what he was good at, Diogenes replied, "To govern men." He instructed his buyer to assign him as a tutor for their children, a role he embraced with pride. Diogenes' ability to maintain his dignity and confidence, even in the direst circumstances, speaks volumes about his inner strength. Lesson 4, your worth isn't defined by circumstances. In any situation, find a way to lead with dignity and purpose. The man versus the chicken. Philosopher Plato famously defined humans as featherless bipeds. Diogenes, in his typical audacity, walked into Plato's lecture holding a plucked chicken and declared, "Behold, a man." Plato later refined his definition to include, with broad, flat nails. This wasn't just a joke. It was a critique of the tendency to reduce profound concepts into oversimplified definitions. Lesson 5, question authority. Even the wisest can err, and it's okay to challenge ideas to seek truth. A warning to the reckless. When he saw the son of an unwed mother throwing stones at a crowd, Diogenes approached him and said, "Be careful, boy, you might hit your father." While his words were cutting, they underscored a deeper truth: our actions have consequences, often beyond what we can foresee. Lesson 6, think before you act. Be mindful of the harm you might cause, even unintentionally. The Sunlit King. Alexander the Great, fascinated by Diogenes, visited him and offered to grant any wish. Diogenes' wish? Move out of my sunlight. This simple request revealed a profound truth: true freedom lies in needing nothing. Diogenes had everything he needed, even when he owned almost nothing. Lesson 7. True freedom is needing nothing from anyone. Power lies in independence. The lantern and the honest man. Diogenes wandered the streets of Athens with a lantern in broad daylight, claiming to search for an honest man. Despite his efforts, he declared he found none. This act wasn't about finding a literal honest man but exposing the dishonesty and hypocrisy prevalent in society. Lesson 8. Honesty is rare. Strive to live with integrity in a world where it's uncommon. Fearlessness in the face of death. When asked how he wished to be buried, Diogenes said, "Throw me to the wolves." Even in death, he refused to bow to fear or convention. To him, the body was merely a vessel and not worth undue concern. Lesson 9. Embrace mortality. Fear of death is a shackle, acceptance is freedom. The legacy of Diogenes. Diogenes wasn't just a philosopher. He was a force of nature. He mocked kings, philosophers, and societal norms with equal fervor. His life teaches us to need less. Fear no one. Speak the truth boldly. Live simply and authentically. His philosophy may seem extreme, but it holds valuable lessons for anyone seeking to live a freer, more meaningful life. Challenge for you. What's holding you back from living boldly? What unnecessary desires or fears are weighing you down? Embrace the lessons of Diogenes and take one step today toward a simpler, freer, and bolder life. Thank you for joining this exploration of Diogenes' life and philosophy. If his unapologetic wisdom inspired you, share this video and leave your favorite lesson in the comments. Until next time, live boldly.